Six Nations Grand Slam champions. The second-best side on the planet, Rugby World Cup champions. After a dominant championship triumph over the past 7 weeks, the chances of that last statement coming true are now bigger than ever before. Joe Schmidt's side completed a dominant clean sweep of the Six Nations with an emphatic display to down England 24-15 on Saturday. 12 months ago, Ireland based their game on the emotion of preventing England's potential Grand Slam to beat them. This time around they were simply the better team. The stats may show that both teams scored 3 tries each, that England had more possession, more territory, more line breaks and more meters. But there only ever looked like one winner at Twickenham. From the 5th minute England were chasing the game. Midway through the first half they were 14 points behind, and that gap was stretched to 18 before the home side started to fight back. What makes Ireland so good right now is that they are finding different ways of winning games. On this occasion they shot out of the blocks. The opening weekend saw Johnny Sexton kick a match-winning drop goal after time expired to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat, and in between they have thrashed Italy, Scotland and, to a lesser degree, Wales. They now have match winners throughout their squad, from Sexton to Gary Ringrose to CJ Stander. In Tadhg Furlong they have the best tight head prop in the world. In Jacob Stockdale they have one of the finds of the season. Asked to sum Ireland up, Eddie Jones had an immediate response. Super. Good. Tough side. Well coached. Good leadership from the players. Play to their strengths. Good resolve. An excellent team. They are also a side that has the memories of a win over New Zealand still in the back of their mind. The October 2016 victory in Chicago was the first chink in the All Blacks' armour to be exposed. The British and Irish Lions in Australia have since added to that, and Ireland are also proving capable of travelling to hostile destinations and finding ways of winning, with Paris and London 2 cities that have haunted them in the past. For their coach, Joe Schmidt, who could well now find himself favourite to lead the British and Irish Lions in 2021 after Jones' offensive comments about Ireland and Wales were revealed last week. There were plenty of reasons to be proud of his players, but there was one in particular that he took the time to explain in great detail as to why it became so crucial in their Grand Slam success. England vs Ireland player ratings. 30 show all England vs Ireland player ratings. 1/30th England. Anthony Watson 4 out of 10 dropped the high. Sexton kicked that lead to the first try for Ringrose, and was forced off as England scored their opener with a leg injury. Getty. 2/30ths Johnny May 6 out of 10 made a nice break in the second half to gain 30 meters and finish his last-minute try well, but by then the game was done and dusted. Getty. 3/30ths Jonathan Joseph 5 out of 10 worked hard in defense but rarely threatened with the ball in hand. More is needed from him if he's to tie down his place in the side. Getty. 4/30ths Ben Teo 5 out of 10 gave the pass for May to score the third and final try but did little else of note. At 31 years old, is he the answer to England's midfield conundrum? He doesn't look it. Getty. 5/30ths Elliot Daly 7 out of 10 showed his pace to beat Earls on the outside and reach Farrell's kick to score his first try, and was given a simple run-in for his second after a magical offload from Mike Brown. Conceded a penalty for a neck roll on Carney, but defended well and was England's best player. Getty. 6/30ths Owen Farrell 5 out of 10 smart kick for Daly's try and tried to pin Ireland back with his tactical kicking, but his goal kicking was woeful as he missed all 3 conversions. Getty. 7/30ths Richard Wigglesworth 5 out of 10 tried to pin Ireland back early on, and it was noticeable how often he kicked possession away. but there was no threat from the base and his play was rather predictable. Getty. 8/30ths Mako Vunipola 6 out of 10 went up against the form tight head in the world and stood up relatively well in the scrum, and got through plenty of work as England's main ball carrier. Getty. 9/30ths Dylan Hartley 5 out of 10 one overthrow when England repeatedly went to the corner was on the verge of criminal given England's need to get into the game, and as he departed shy of the hour mark, you did wonder if that'll be his last international appearance at Twickenham. Getty. 10/30ths Kyle Sinclair 5 out of 10 penalised for 2 early engagements inside a minute but made good impact with his carrying and also added power to the driving maul. Came off second best against Cian Ellie though. Getty. 11/30ths Maro Itoje 5 out of 10 utilised in the line-out but gave away a penalty when tackling Henderson in the air. Lost the ball too often in contact which caused England problems. Getty. 12/30ths George Cruz 5 out of 10 line-out functioned relatively well beyond the Hartley blunder on the Irish 5-metre line, and he made a solid contribution with the ball in hand with some powerful carries. Getty. 13/30ths Chris Robshaw 5 out of 10 returned to his role on the blind side after an unsuccessful stint in the 7 shirt but came off second best to Peter O'Mahony. Although one knee break late in the match gave England some good progress. Getty. 14/30ths James Haskell 6 out of 10 brought line speed in getting into the Irish line in defence and made a very good steal on the Irish 5-metre line. A good performance on his return to the starting lineup but not the open side England desperately need. Getty. 15/30ths Sam Simmonds 4 out of 10 anonymous throughout as he carried very little and didn't make any impact whatsoever. Rapola's 67 minutes in, and the experiment try him at number 8 simply hasn't worked. Getty. 16/30ths Ireland. Rob Kearney 8 out of 10 excellent in the air and disrupted Watson that lead to the first try. Even though it looked like he knocked the ball forwards, took a huge hit from Sinclair that he somehow got up from, and a lovely pop pass to Stockdale to produce the third try. A very astute performance from the 15. Getty. 17/30ths Keith Earl 6 out of 10 beaten twice by Daly as he was caught too narrow. Although apart from that he didn't do an awful lot wrong. AFP. Getty Images. 18/30ths Gary Ringrose 7 out of 10 smart play to follow up Kearney and score the opening try by reacting to the loose ball first. Brought Kearney into the line well in the first half. Getty. 19/30ths Bundy Aki 6 out of 10 surging break in the first half and smart pass inside the stander allowed the number 8 to crash over. And it was a good performance up until his day was ended early with injury in the 56th minute. Getty. 20/30ths Jacob Stockdale 7 out of 10 excellent finish to score his 11th international try in just 9 matches, claiming the Six Nations record in the process for the most tries in a championship, as he chipped the ball over Brown before outpacing him to win the race. AFP. Getty Images. 21/30ths Johnny Sexton 8 out of 10 put early pressure on Watson that was rewarded with a try for Ringrose, but struck a penalty that he should have kicked against the upright. His passing was at times mesmeric, and he utilized his runners to keep England on the back foot. Getty. 22/30ths Connor Murray 7 out of 10 marshalled his pack well and his box kicking was as precise as ever. Tried to snipe around the ruck, particularly in the first half, but England did a good job of keeping him quiet. Kicked a successful penalty in the second half. Getty Images. 23/30ths Cian Ellie 8 out of 10 a very good showing from the loose head as he got the better of Sinclair in the scrum and it was fitting that he departed in the 51st minute by winning a penalty at the set piece. 24/30ths Rory Best 7 out of 10 reliable line-out throwing and lead by example as he did plenty of hard yards. Stood up well in the scrum with one particular moment in the second half coming as he and Healy sent Sinclair in reverse. Getty. 25/30 TADHG Furlong 8 out of 10 claimed the Man of the Match award, and rightly so, as he gave Ireland a strong attacking platform in the scrum and also got through bucket loads of carries that nearly always made a dent on the English defence. One good tackle on a full flight May stood out in the first half. Getty. 26/30 James Ryan 6 out of 10 relatively quiet but didn't put a foot wrong and replaced by Devon Toner 67 minutes in. Getty. 27/30 Ian Henderson 7 out of 10 disrupted English possession in the Mall just as he did 12 months ago and was the Getty Images. 28/30 Peter O'Mahony 7 out of 10 sent to the sin bin as Ireland were penalised for repeated infringements on their own line, but returned in the second half with a point to prove and went about it brilliantly. Once again he dominated the line-out. Getty. 29/30 Dan Levy 8 out of 10 excellent around the park and lead the Irish defensive effort with an impressive 16 tackles. Has reeled off back-to-back standout showings to ease the absence of Sean O'Brien. Getty. 30/30 CJ Stander 8 out of 10 rampaging run carried him to the base of the post and the number 8 was smart enough to touch the ball down against it for a try. Ireland's top carrier in England could not find a way to stop him. Getty Images. I think it's probably their resilience, Schmidt said. I felt that we were really struggling in France in that last 8 minutes when Teddy Thomas scored. That's tough when you've controlled the game and missed a kick to go 15-6 up to make the game safe. And suddenly you're 13-12 down. To show the steel that they did. To show the commitment and just plain ordinary rugby ability. To keep the ball. To connect up. To win ball in the air. And then the exceptional Johnny Sexton has to put the ball between the uprights. Finished it off. As frustrating as it was when Wales got back close to us after we had a 14-point lead. Again, it never really felt like we would give that up. For Jacob Stockdale to race away and score at the end. Jacob was totally in control of the edge of the defense. And today, that 8 minutes after half-time sums up this team. Yes, they can put together some really good moments and score tries. We probably totaled more than we've ever scored in a Six Nations. They delivered on that side. But that pure resilience, that ability to get back up and get back in the defensive line to protect that try line in the 8 minutes after halftime, was exceptional. Exceptional teams win World Cups. Or at least find themselves in the mix for them. Ireland have never really been in the mix when it comes to the global gathering. With 2015 ending with the side out on their feet as a flurry of injuries depleted the squad to the point of no return against Argentina. Now, they have the squad depth to try and address that with the likes of Joey Carberry and Jordan Larmour emerging and Andrew Porter looking a very handy backup to Furlong, although scrum half still looks a concern if Conor Murray is unavailable for any reason. For all of England's talk of taking on the All Blacks, there is only one side in the Northern Hemisphere who currently looks capable of challenging the reigning world champions. And after admitting last week that his side have been left behind by other teams, Jones will be very aware of how much a threat Ireland are going to be in Japan next year.